Welcome everyone to another session of Bharat Ke Paramveer. I, Kaustubh Savan, on behalf of Indo-Science Education Trust, would like to hand over the mic to veteran group captain Srikant Vadwadkar sir and start this session.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome to the episode 13 of today, 14 February 2021. Slight change in the background. I'm at my farm in Solapur district, and I'm talking to you from this farm. You can see the background. You may hear the noise of the birds also. What a beautiful background. Jai Jawan and then Jai Kisan also. Let's start our journey. Bharat Ke Paramveer episode 13. As per our ritual, 21 Paramveer diamonds in the necklace of our Bharat Mata. We pay our respect to them. Minimum age 19 years, maximum age 42 years. अब तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों. Now we will be entering into the 1971 war Paramveers. Till now we have seen 12 episodes we had from Paramveer Chakra awardees from 47 war, 62 war and 65 war. Today we are entering into the Paramveer Chakra holders of awardees of 1971 war. A slight brief background. 1971 war was brought on by the Bangladesh struggle for independence. 1970 results were declared in the Pakistan, and Awami League led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman had won majority in the simple majority in 313 seat lower house of the Pakistan parliament. Out of 169, he won 167 seats from East Pakistan, the then East Pakistan. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto of PPP party, Pakistan People's Party, refused to yield prime ministership to him, and President Yahya Khan tried to crush the protests in East Pakistan against the democratic process. In April 1970, Mujibur Rahman and his team formed government in exile. Lieutenant General Tika Khan, infamous butcher of Bangladesh, had reigned terror in Bangladesh, in the then East Pakistan, against unarmed civilians, Bengali paramilitary forces. As a result, mass exodus left that East Pakistan and entered India for survival. Around 9 million people had entered India for refuge. It is believed that the politically war started in April 1971, when Pakistan unleashed a wave of terror, rape and murder. I remember I was in school that time, and I used to see the photographs of the cruelty of Pakistan army and these combatants. Very unfortunate against the ladies, against the children, old people, and unarmed civilians. Now, this 9 million refugees in India had put a strain on Indian economy. International community, rest of the world ignored the crisis. The then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi decided armed action after all other diplomatic and political efforts failed. Action was planned in winter, and it was suitable because in winters, China will have restrictions to come to the border. Plus, the Brahmaputra, which swells in the month of May, June, because of rain, would have put restrictions on Indian armed forces to take action. So the then Chief of Army Staff, Field Marshal Manik Shah, General Manik Shah, had advised the Prime Minister that I'll be ready within 6 months. The freedom was given to armed forces to plan, execute, and achieve the objective that has been defined by the political will, political leaders for the benefit of the countries and the humanity overall. On 3rd December 1971, Pakistan Air Force launched preemptive airstrikes on 11 airfields in India, including Agra, expecting China and USA to join in by escalating the crisis. They would join, and it will be followed by United Nations intervention as experienced in 1965. They underestimated the alacrity with which Indian armed forces would respond. This has been a routine thing for them. They always underestimated the enemy and enemy's willpower, and that leads to their failures every time. So on 3rd December evening, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi addressed the nation and declared that the action of Pakistan in general and Pakistan Air Force in particular is a declaration of war against India, and the Indians will respond at their time in the place of choosing. This war, 1971, was fought on two sectors, eastern and western sectors. Exemplary planning and execution by the Indian Armed Forces gave a positive result and raised the reputation of armed forces and India in international community. The Indian Air Force achieved commendable success by dominating the eastern theater of war just within 48 hours, enabling army columns to move without fear of detection even during daytime. Indian Air Force particularly is proud that till now the only one Paramveer Chakra awardee for an air warrior was awarded during this war. Great plans and executed by inspired, self-motivated troops, this is a peculiarity of Indian Armed Forces, resulted in a quick and achievable result. Within 15 days, the war was over. Pakistan suffered a well-deserved crushing and insulting defeat. 90,000 prisoners of war were captured by India. East Pakistan became an independent country and was christened as Bangladesh. I remember reading the newspaper. After a couple of days only, there was a news saying that United States of America has recognized Bangladesh as an independent country. The instrument of surrender was signed in Dhaka on 16th December 1971. 4 warriors decorated by Paramveer Chakra, highest gallantry award, 3 from Army and 1 from Indian Air Force. Out of 4, only 1 survived to tell his tale. International credibility of both the countries and its armed forces rose in inverse proportion. While India's reputation, credibility at international level rose high along with its armed forces, while it was inversely proportional to the credibility and international reputation of the Pakistan nation and Pakistan armed forces. These are certain photographs. See the body language, facial expression of General Niazi, who is coming to surrender to the Indian forces. Lieutenant General Arora, who was the General Officer Commanding in Chief Eastern Command, was representing India, and General Niazi was representing Pakistan. These are the certain photographs. Imagine what an insulting behavior it would be, what an insulting feeling it would be. The country won't pardon this man. Neither internationally he will be always looked down upon. These are the surrendering Pakistan armed forces people. They were surrendering. They had kept the weapons down, and they were awaiting instructions from the Indian Armed Forces. Brief summary of Paramveer Chakra holders of 1971 Indo-Pakistan Third War. Correct, I stand corrected. So Indo-Pakistan War of 1971 was also called as Bangladesh Liberation War, 4 warriors. Lance Naik Albert Ekka posthumously got the award for his bravery on 3rd December 1971. Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sekhon also received Paramveer Chakra, the only Air Force air warrior to receive this award posthumously for his bravery on 17th December 1971. And Second Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal also received for his bravery on 16 December 1971 posthumous award of Paramveer Chakra. And Major Hoshiar Singh on his bravery on 17 December 1971 for his bravery. Fortunately for all Indians and India, that he was alive when he received the award. These 4 episodes of 1971 Paramveer Chakra awardees are dedicated to the unsung heroes martyred or injured, alive or no more, and their family members who suffered enormously as a result of the 1971 war with Pakistan and all the previous wars India fought. Every Indian, along with all their generations, shall remain indebted to them forever. These are four Paramveer in the necklace of Bharat Mata for 1971 war. Lance Naik Albert Ekka, Flying Officer Nirmaljit Singh Sekhon, Second Lieutenant Arun Khetrapal, look at the age, young, and Major Hoshiar Singh. 3 of these awardees were received the award posthumously. Let's move forward. Our today's hero is Lance Naik Albert Ekka. His statue is there in the National War Memorial at Delhi. Whenever you go, please visit that place. Pay your respect for these heroes of India. Life before joining army for Albert Ekka. His date of birth, 27 December 1942. He was born in village Zari in Gumla district of today's Jharkhand. That time it was an area, it was a district of Bihar. His father, Julius Ekka, mother's name was Mariam Ekka, and spouse, his wife's name was Balamdin Ekka. He was from the Adivasi background, tribal background, very tough, very focused, and naturally growing people. His hunting was a common sport amongst the Adiva tribals, and this helped him. His movements on the land, his hunting and focusing on that sport made him a good soldier in the Indian Army. This background helped him to be a better soldier, Paramveer soldier, skillful use of ground and smooth movement of the body without any knowledge of the any other people's knowledge or the animals' knowledge. He used to move. He got interested in the army and joined the Bihar regiment on 27 December 1962 at the age of 20. Total stay on earth, 28 years. Life in the army. He was transferred to 14th Battalion of Brigade of Guards when it was raised in January 1968. He participated in counter-insurgency operations in Northeast. During the preparatory phase of anticipated war of 1971, with our veteran friend, was promoted to the rank of Lance Naik. During the 1971 war, his unit was attached to 4 Corps, and saw the action in the Eastern Theater. The only Paramveer Chakra awardee of 1971 war in Eastern Theater. Action of Paramveer, Battle of Gangasagar, Eastern Front of 3rd December 1971. 2 companies, Alpha and Bravo, were tasked to attack Gangasagar railway station, which enemy had converted into fortress by establishing bunkers all around. Artillery was kept on standby to avoid early detection by the enemy. In the early morning at 2 o'clock, both the companies started their march into the enemy territory. The area surrounding the approach to Gangasagar railway station was a knee-deep slushy area. So to avoid detection and to avoid inconvenience, the companies were told, soldiers were told to walk in single file along the railway track on the embankment. Lance Naik Gulab Singh of Alpha Company and Albert Ekka, Lance Naik Albert Ekka, were appointed as guides to march on top of the embankment for their respective companies. One of them walked into a trip flare laid out by the enemy. As a result, when it blasted off, it created like a Diwali-like situation. The entire area was lit by the firework. And just 40 yards from the Albert Ekka's location, there was a bunker, enemy bunker. It was early morning, 2:30 hours. And the guard on duty questioned, "Kaun hai wahan?" Albert Ekka replied immediately. He said, "This is a dangerous situation. We must act." So he said, "Tera baap." And then he bonneted the enemy soldier on duty. The bunker was quickly taken over, but Albert Ekka was shot in the arm. The bunker had one LMG, one RCL gun, and 4 men. They were captured. Pakistani troops started lighting up the area. They understood, they heard the firing rounds, noise of that, and firing illumination rounds. LMGs, MMGs were directed towards the Indian troops, which were walking one behind another in single file. What a exploit! This situation was very, very dangerous. They were exposed. Indian troops were exposed. All hell broke loose. The Alpha and Bravo companies split up and moved in 2 directions. Bravo company moved around the pond available there from one enemy bunker to another with complete disregard for personal safety. I keep saying, Desh Bhakti, it's a nasha. When you reach that stage, you don't worry about your personal safety. The aim of this Al Bravo company was very simple: kill the enemy soldiers and take over the bunker. Now our hero, Lance Naik Albert Ekka, his arm was injured, had a bullet inside this Adivasi boy, Lance Naik Albert Ekka. He charged like a lion. Another bullet hit him in the neck. He staggered, had fallen down, but quickly got up and kept walking. Imagine, this is the strength. First is mental strength, mental capability, and physical strength comes automatically. He had one bullet in the arm, one bullet in the neck, but he still gets up quickly and starts walking. Slowly they reached the railway signal building from where MMGs were firing continuously. The enemy post was in advantageous position and became a big hindrance to the Indian troops, and there was a need to silence the MMGs. Major O.P. Kohli, who was the company commander of Bravo Company, was just 10 feet away watching all the actions of his warrior. Feeling very proud of this unassuming warrior, his heart fills with pride at what his warrior has done. What happened is, after railway signal building, Albert Ekka realized the importance of silencing the MMGs to avoid losses to the troops and winning the Battle of Gangasagar. Unless the MMGs are silenced, you cannot win the Battle of Gangasagar. He crouched motionlessly on the ground, surrounded by nasty swamp. His boots were full with mud cakes. Ants were climbing on his left leg. He was waiting for an opportune moment to act. It feels like something sticky, fluid dripping down his neck. He just touches his neck and then he smells it because it's dark, there's no light. He smells, it's his blood oozing out from his neck. Being from tribal land, he knows shortly the first light of the day would fall on earth and he has to take charge of the developing challenging situation. Time is at prime and he has no time to waste. Wiping his hands to the uniform of the blood, he drops to his knees and starts crawling slowly like a snake with his 7.62 rifle in his hands. Remember, this is Adivasi boy. He knows how to move in the jungle, how to move without making noise. This helped him to become a very, very Paramveer soldier of Indian Army. Bullet in the arm, neck, arm and neck created more challenges, but with determination, he moves forward without making any noise towards the two-storied railway signal building. Blood is oozing out non-stop from the bullet injury in the neck. He realizes time is important and reaches the signal building basement, climbs the ladder and reaches the bunker from where enemy soldiers are firing the MMG. He places the 7.62 rifle on his shoulder and reaches for a hand grenade near his belt. Removes the pin by teeth. See, neck, there's a bullet in his neck. He's not able to use his teeth for removing the pin, but somehow he manages with strong willpower. He removes the pin and throws in one quick movement. He lobs the grenade inside the old brick structure through a gap. Before enemy soldiers realize the surprise, the grenade explodes, killing one enemy soldier. However, the splinters hit Ekka in the stomach. Other enemy soldier is unhurt and continuing the MMG operations. Ekka climbs the iron ladder and jumps inside the bunker from window. Takes rifle in hand, starts bonneting the enemy in hand-to-hand combat, screaming and bonneting the enemy again and again. He ensures the MMG operator is killed and the MMG is silenced. Major O.P. Kohli, company commander of Bravo Company, just 10 feet away, watching all the actions of his warrior, feeling very proud of this unassuming warrior. His heart fills with pride at what his warrior has done. Small, slim Lance Naik Ekka shows up outside the room and starts climbing down the ladder. First step, completely exhausted Ekka is reaching the second step. Everyone from his company is waiting to touch him, congratulate him for his bravery. Suddenly, Ekka's body goes limp and he collapses and falls off the ladder. Lance Naik Albert Ekka is dead. He has succumbed to his injuries, but not before he has accomplished his mission of life. While Bravo Company soldier go on clearing the bunkers one after other, free of enemy now, very safe, Albert Ekka lies dead under the iron ladder leading to the old brick signal station of Gangasagar. Sun slowly appears on the horizon and the stars disappear one by one. With a new star born on an Adivasi unassuming devout Indian warrior, soon it is dawn. For his exemplary act of bravery, Lance Naik Albert Ekka has been decorated with India's highest gallantry award, Paramveer Chakra, posthumously. The PVC is special because it is first to come to Bihar, first won by a brigade of guards, and the only Paramveer Chakra awarded in the Eastern Theatre of 1971 war. These are a few photographs. In Ranchi, this is Albert Ekka Chauraha, where his statue has been installed. His wife, what a proud wife she would be. Indian Postal Department has raised a stamp. Again, his wife and his son. Food for thought, soldiers don't die when bullets pierce their hearts and heads through their uniforms. They don't die when they fall before an enemy onslaught or even when they go down the trenches, staining the earth with their warm crimson blood, worshipping Mother India with their warm crimson blood. This is what I have added recently. As per traditions of Indian Armed Forces, it is only when we forget their acts of bravery and or suffering of their physically alive families that the soldiers die. Richa Bisht Rawat in the brave. You should not be one of them. Acknowledgement. I wish to express sincere thanks and acknowledgement the following resources for their contribution to in completion of the presentation. Photograph of the statue at National War Memorial, New Delhi, Wikipedia, and official website of Indian Army. Rachna Rawat Bisht, The Brave Paramveer Chakra Stories, Penguin Publications, India 2014, and my friend who has translated in Marathi, Bhagwan Datar's Paramveer Gatha. Finally, Rashtraya Swaha Idam Rashtraya Idam Namama. Jai Hind.